Weather-wise, our Monday was pretty decent. Air quality-wise, not so much. And that's because we had smoke from a fire burning in Nova Scotia work its way over much of Newfoundland and now parts of Labrador. We'll get to the details on that in just a second. This forecast is sponsored by CU Financial Management, your steady hand, guiding you through every forecast, financial or otherwise. Visit cufm.ca today for expert advice. This was the scene in Corner Brook this afternoon. You can see there the hazy, kind of overcast skies, not doing great things to the sunshine or the air quality for that matter. And here's another picture of Corner Brook taken a bit later by Darren O'Brien, and you can see there, same thing, the visibility obscured as you look out towards Humber Arm. Now, there is some good news in that it does look like the air quality is improving, because what you're looking at here are the hourly PM 2.5 observations from cyclone.unbc.ca. And what this shows us is how much particulate matter of 2.5 microns in diameter or smaller is in the air. And that's essentially what comprises wildfire smoke. And when that's high enough, over 30 or 40, it starts to be noticeable. You can smell it, and as it gets even higher, it can have detrimental health impacts. Now, the air quality has greatly improved in the last hour or so across most of Newfoundland. Now, you look at that 100 there for the kind of Norris Point, Grossmont area, and that is high, but even there, we are beginning to see the air quality improving because the smoke is beginning to kind of work its way to the north. And again, there's that video from Corner Brook earlier today. This is the latest air quality alert from Environment and Climate Change Canada, and we can see the Northern Peninsula is now under the air quality alert, as is most of central and northeastern Newfoundland, but that will likely be ended from south to north as the smoke from that fire, again, is transient and is generally moving from south to north. You can kind of see it here on this imagery, although it's a little bit harder to see. It's easier to see in this imagery here. There's the source, the fire burning in western Nova Scotia, the Long Lake fire. It's a large fire, obviously burning very hot at times. Evacuations are in place with that fire. My heart, just like for the folks affected by the fires here, goes out to the folks affected by that fire in Nova Scotia. I know it's a very scary time for these things. Now, as we go through time, that initial plume of smoke moves north, and you can kind of see it sitting up in just off the coast of Labrador by tomorrow morning, and we may get a few more kind of pushes of this smoke over the next few days. You can see one that looks to be in this area here by Wednesday morning, potentially over the Avalon. Now, whether that happens or not remains to be seen, but it's something to kind of be keenly aware of, that the smoke may be kind of in and out over the next few days or so, and likely the smoke that we're going to be smelling, hopefully, isn't from local wildfires. Now, we are getting rain on that fire right now. That rain is going to work its way towards Newfoundland. We see some showers arriving in southwestern areas right now. They become more widespread as we go into the overnight, as this area of low pressure to our south and one actually off to our west begin to move in. And those two are going to combine to bring a fairly rainy stretch to much of the province beginning overnight, and by tomorrow morning in particular, very rainy across parts of southern and southeastern Newfoundland as we begin Tuesday morning. And that rain is going to linger throughout much of the day. By midday, it looks like it's done for central and western areas, although persisting in the east. It looks like through evening, most of Newfoundland is done with the rain by tomorrow evening in Labrador. The rain may hang on in some areas into Wednesday morning before easing off. And look at that, cold enough in the Torngats potentially for a little bit of snow. Now, rainfall amounts, they looked more impressive earlier than they do now. Here's your forecast through 6 a.m. Wednesday. About 30 millimeters in the forecast for Harbor Breton, 64 for Burgeo, and 47 for Port aux Basques, but a widespread 10 to 20 millimeters elsewhere, and I'm hopeful we don't see this forecast start to drop even more, because we could use more rain. Any bit of rain that we get, we need in a big way, and a heavy dose of rain would certainly go a long way. Much of Labrador, same thing, 10 to 20 millimeters of rain, except up along the coast, where some areas like Makkovik may see over 50 millimeters of rain. A rainfall warning up for Canagra, Burgeo, Ramea because of the heavy rainfall expected, and a special weather statement up for heavy rainfall for the Burin Peninsula, the southeast and southwest Avalon from Environment and Climate Change Canada. Something else of note is Tropical Storm Fernand. It's interesting here because we are essentially seeing the low-level part of the storm down in this area here, the upper-level part of the storm in this area here. They are split. That indicates some wind shear is beginning to kind of impact the storm. We'll see how long it can remain a tropical storm over the next couple of days. That being said, it is expected to kind of work its way toward the north over the next few days or northeast and become subtropical potentially by Tuesday or Wednesday, so something I'll watch closely. Now, there was the potential the moisture from Fernand, which you can kind of see sitting down in here, was going to get drawn up into our current weather maker, but it looks like that may be a little, kind of too late, as it looks like as we move into tomorrow, a lot of that moisture is already working its way offshore, and that could be the reason the rainfall forecast has dropped off a little bit. Your forecast for tonight will show temperatures dipping into the teens across most of Newfoundland and teens and single digits in Labrador. And then for your day tomorrow, temperatures into the teens and 20s on the island and single digits in Labrador into the low 20s in some areas. Now, as we saw with the moisture in the air, we are going to see the air drying out. That sometimes indicates a cooler pattern, which we are getting into. Teens and 20s all the way through next Monday for the Avalon/Eastern Newfoundland. 20s for central, maybe a few thunder showers on Thursday, and scattered showers the rest of the 7-day forecast for western, looking at temperatures in the 20s as well. And then we take a look into the Goose Bay area in Labrador, teens and 20s, a little bit cool at night. In the northern coast of Labrador, teens and single digits. Warming up to near 19 degrees Saturday, though, after a cool start to the week. And into Labrador West, well, if you want that 7-day, you can always get the Shear Weather app. In the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, you can get the 7-day forecast for literally any location in the province as long as you have Follow Me On in the app. Have a very good Monday evening, and my next update will be tomorrow morning.